This is BizDev Live with Cameron Toth. Have you ever been in a meeting and not prepared for it? Ever been getting into your day and you're not really set to be the productive self that you want to be? I struggle with this myself. I'm going to get into some tips and strategies to make this a little bit easier for your day. We're going to get into the BizDev theme here, and then
BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
Thanks for hanging with me. So, are you trying to be more productive like I am? I imagine a lot of people struggle with this, but I think a lot of us, whether it's study habits for a student or meeting preparation for an adult, we kind of know what we need to do. But sometimes we need that kick in the butt or the reminder or just the set of tools so that we can set up our schedule, set up our calendar in a way where we're best prepared for it. Right now I set up a new schedule where every day I have exercise, fitness, then come home, get the shower, and then get into my first meeting of the day. And in doing that, realize I'm not really managing that well because I'm always behind the 8 ball in terms of timing and getting set into my situation for a 9 o'clock start. I start my day very early. Sometimes I struggle to start that day very early because the night before I maybe gone to bed too late. You know the story. So how do we set these things up? Now, a lot of this is habit, right? So how do we make these things rewarding and easy for ourselves? How do we get into this situation where it's just happening? That meeting preparation, the research, making sure I'm there early to the meeting so I can get the most out of the relationship building. It starts with just understanding those fundamental basics. This is what I want to do, and this is how I do it. So working backwards through that process. In this meeting, I want to hit these goals. For going to a networking meeting in particular in real life, when I was talking to mentors, friends, a lot of them would say, you want to target people that you want to speak to, have that laid out in advance, and have a strategy. And for me, that, seems almost like too much. I got to think about who's there. I got to research just for this, 2-hour networking meeting. I'm already paying for this thing. It means I got to work and do this. But I think while I'm saying that if you're able to do that, you're going to get so much more out of that event meeting. Being prepared, having your lines, your pitch ready, right? You're going to get so much more. And what's the trick to make this fun and easy? Well, to do this kind of preparation, the first time is very challenging. But if you get in the habit of doing that type of preparation, then it becomes more easy. And it becomes more fulfilling because you're getting better at it. It's getting easier. It's built into your schedule for a meeting like that. So it's a part of your routine. And if it's a part of your routine, then it's something that you're doing just like you're brushing teeth. You wouldn't skip brushing your teeth in the morning. I hope not, right? You wouldn't miss preparing for a meeting if you make it a part of your routine and schedule. And in doing so, you'll get much more out of that meeting. So set up your time in such a way where you're allowed to have that set up, mise en place, talking in chef language, all your pieces in place. You have your desk organized. That's a matter of good habits in terms of handling papers, managing your mess, managing the way that you want things assembled and laid out in front of you. You know how you work best. So now work backwards, and how do you get there so that you can work the way that you want to? That sounds a lot simpler than it is, right? We understand, we get into our day, we got to get on that email, we got to get on that call. So how am I going to build out tomorrow so that I have enough time to do those things that are going to set up me for success, right? And set up you for success. How am I going to build that time into my schedule so that I can be properly prepared? And by doing that, you're going to have a lot more success in what you're doing. Now, being more prepared, how do I feel prepared for my meetings, for my events? A lot of it is working, I think, backwards. And let me explain this working backward feature, right? I've been to an event before, I've been to a networking thing. It's examining that critically, thinking about that, saying, okay, I've been there before. What did I enjoy? What did I not enjoy? How do I maximize my joy? How do I maximize my productivity? And I like to focus on the joy part of this, because if I'm focusing on what makes it more entertaining, what makes it more fun for me, how much more likely am I to want to build that strategy into my plan, right? If I'm building fun into my plan, then it's rewarding. And then that makes it a more habit forming piece of my schedule, because if it's something that I want to do, we do the things that we want to do. So making the scheduled pieces of your preparation things that you want to do because they're tied to joy is really important. And it'll be a lot more fun for you in general, the preparation part and the meeting part, because you've maximized your joy both before and after the event. I'm maximizing my joy by planning. I'm maximizing my joy in the event because I planned for it the right way. Get the most out of a meeting. What are the ways to get the most out of a meeting? Make sure that you're prepared to be with a solid pitch. So I've rehearsed what I'm going to talk about, right? I've targeted individuals so that, while I'm in a chat or while we're getting into the meeting or as we're leaving the meeting, I make sure to talk to so-and-so. If I can do that within the meeting, that's great as well. Within the day, right? If I have certain targets in my day, things that I really want to get done, those are prioritized. I have my strategy and plan for making those happen. And so at the end of the day, I feel like I've built something. I feel like I've done something because I got it done. And I don't care whether you're in meeting management or house building. If there was a particular thing that you wanted to get done and you didn't get it done, then you don't feel as satisfied. So the trick here, make sure you feel satisfied. Get those things that you want to get done. Have your strategy, have your plan, build it into your calendar, work backwards through the steps. How did I get there before? How did I not get there before? How can I make sure I get there again? I hope that makes sense. I look forward to your comments and questions. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified. Got some great content coming up for you. I will see you tomorrow.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.